Yep. That's good for me.
You're good? All right. Claret, anything?
No.
All right, round's over, so we're going to go to the next round. Serafina.
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Let me help you with that. And I'm like fumbling, and I would like to cure moderate wounds.
Oh my god.
I'm so embarrassed. I'm so
Okay.
sorry. Sometimes Quiggles just has these fits, and they're very uncontrollable. And I'm looking for this. I don't know what it's called, but it's this special drug that will calm him. And
Make a bluff check, and since you're actually curing the guy's wounds, you can add an additional +4 bonus.
oh, thank goodness. That is a 9 + 8.
Okay, yeah. He seems like because he feels like you can see like his bloody nose stops, and he feels a lot better. Like he stands up straighter, and he's looking at you, and he's like, what?
So I see that
Somebody get this guy some drugs.
I see what she has just said, so I turn and I start just punching air.
Okay.
That's 14 points of.
Okay, yeah, he looks way better now, and he's literally looking around like, get some lotus powder over here, like immediately. The guy behind. Does anybody else want to do anything in combat rounds, or are you going to defuse? Is the situation diffused? That's cool. All right.
If was here, they'd all be dead.
So Quigley's still just like punching the air, yell like a madman. The guy behind the counter, he like reaches for one of the bags that's on this tray that he's let out, and like shuffles over to where you guys are, and he's like, "Oh, what?"
He just needs. He gets very. You just give him whatever you think is normal. I don't
This
know.
is ridiculous. This isn't how we do business.
Well,
35 gold.
How much gold?
See, Darren Glenn says, this is so #classic Quigley, LOL.
Where does my gold live?
You have enough for that. Like 35 is yes.
Let's get away from the door. This is very improper.
He like takes the gold, shoves get him out of here and be gone.
We just need a moment. We need a place to sit.
Take a moment outside.
As if he is like walking away from them, I want to catch him in a side conversation.
He's sort of like all three now of the guys who are like standing by the door. They're trying to block basically
Them
get these
outside.
guys out of the store. Like they want
I'm
them
struggling
gone.
a little bit
So you're
to
kind
go
of
outside.
on your own over by the counter.
And
Are they
should-
trying to kick me
let's
out
just sit.
too?
We're inside.
Everybody has sort of forgotten you at this point.
Right.
They're more concerned with the guy who's like still looks like a rabid dog.
I'm gonna do a quick stealth.
Okay.
Can I go to the side so that I'm not fully behind the counter and have a full view, or do I need to fully get behind the counter?
No, I mean, if you want to be off to the side, that's
Okay,
cool. Yeah,
I
that's
want
fine.
to
It's not an
stealth
issue.
to the side and
yeah.
take a look behind the counter.
Yeah. You see that, I mean, the blade you already knew was there. He didn't take it, so it's still under the counter.
Okay.
You notice that there's like an open sliding drawer where he pulled the drugs out from under. There's also the regular, like there's a display case, and it's just like the junk that they're selling that's on display.
Right.
But you don't know, and then there's a cash box.
What I'm going to do, I'm still in the store, but I'm going to prepare, I'm going to draw on a piece of paper of a common flower of the area.
Okay.
And draw a skull over it.
Okay.
And just have that.
Okay. Yeah.
So creepy.
Yeah.
Over by the door, these guys are like, you got your drugs. Get out. Get out.
So I take you out and I sit you next to our new friend with the stuff in her hair.
Oh no, I'm
Yeah,
still
she's
inside.
You guys are now the only ones outside. Yes.
So
So
I gave
I'll
him.
just-
I was like trying
yeah.
to show them like this is legit.
Yeah.
So I like give him the drugs.
I'd like to take a look in the cash box.
But a little bit.
But just a little bit.
Well, so you guys get out the door, and these guys, like, the door slams shut behind you. Like, they're not following you out. Like, they just wanted you out.
Oh, perfect.
So now the door shuts. Those three guys, like, they're talking to each other. Like, do you believe? Like, what is happening? And then the guy who was standing behind the counter turns around, and he's like, hey, yeah, did you see all that? That was crazy.
Crazy. Does
Oh
that
my
happen often
gosh.
around here?
I died. What is the world coming to? Junkies in here.
Did it! Good plan, everybody!
Quigley, Make a fortitude save.
Make a fortitude save.
Oh yes.
What kind of things is she shoving in
Oh
my
my
face?
God.
Lotus
Something
powder,
to
very
calm you
apparently.
down.
It's called bonus powder.
Oh!
Bonus powder. Oh,
9.
Well, one thing is that whatever she's giving you is great. And it tastes great, and it feels good, and the grass is yellow now, which, you know,
Oh,
that's
it's
cool.
like sunshine
That's awesome.
on my feet.
You are like a hero.
And why is she talking in such a deep voice now? And she's moving so slow. And so are you. You're moving so slow, and that's amazing. It's so awesome to move slow. You
We'll
want to
just
move
wait.
like this all the time because you can see every inch that your hand moves. Like you're so aware of it.
It's all in the name of the church. It's all for good. It's all for good.
Inside, the guards, they're looking around like they're basically they're just kind of debriefing after this episode. The guy who was behind the counter, he goes up and he's like, well, I'm sorry you had to see that, my friend. I mean, so what can I do you for? You said you wanted
And I tell him that unfortunately, I don't see anything that piques my interest, so unless he has something more, I will be gone.
I'm sorry, and then this is the stock that came in recently. We don't have anything else for you. I mean, what else are you looking for? I mean, be more specific. I can get you anything you want. You know me. I can get you anything you want. Fast Gary, I get you what you want.
All right.
Fast Gary can get you
Gary.
anything. What do you need? You tell me. Tell me, I'll take care of you.
Gary. All right, Fast Gary. You ever heard of St. Piran?
Yeah, no, it's St. Pierre. What is that all about? Would you want the thing? No.
Do I want the thing? What thing?
Well, there's nothing. Come on, yeah, I
Aw,
can't
come
talk
on,
shop.
we're best
I can't.
friends.
Yeah, I know, but I'm glad to be rid of it, really. I didn't like holding on to it. I didn't like it.
All right, so somebody else has it. Then.
Oh, yeah, the little...
And who might that be?
Well, I don't remember his name. It's Gibbles or something. He comes in here, poof, he's here, and then he's like, give me the thing. And so I give him the stupid hat. I don't even know what everybody wants it for. I don't even know why we wanted it. Kind of a ridiculous thing. Gwen orders, direct from the top, Gwen orders us to go steal from the church. I mean, that's ridiculous. You don't want to go stir in that hornet's nest. They're a nightmare. Those guys are a nightmare over at the Church of Arender. But we go in. I mean, Gwen says she wants a mitre of St. Pierre, and you go and you get the mitre of St. Pierre, and that's the way it works.
Do you know where
Rumor
this...
says that maybe she's been, involved in some not so great things. I mean, we're all involved in maybe some not so great things, but maybe she's been making deals with the devil, literally. That's what I'm hearing. It says, but I don't spread that around. I don't want my head on a spike.
Do you happen to
So
know
this
where...
little devil comes in and he says, give me the thing. I follow orders. I give this guy the mitre of St. Pierre, so it's not here.
Do you happen to know where this guy stays? He just poofs in
Oh,
and out?
yeah. So he puffs in the air and he says, oh, thanks. Now I can go and I can get inside the wards at the tower or something. I don't know. So
Can
he goes,
can I acknowledge
He
local
screws off.
any building that might...
Yes, absolutely. Make a knowledge local check.
That might sound like that?
Blair Peterson says, looking at the shop, I'm just waiting for Rick and Big Haas to pop up.
That's 11 for me.
11 total.
Yeah.
When he says tower, the only, you're thinking about the Church of Arender tower. The only thing that you know in the area around town, there is the Sunreach Tower. And the Sunreach Tower is sort of a training ground for the Church of Arender. A lot of acolytes go and they do. It's a school and warrior training academy, and it's where all the good little boys and girls go to learn how to be warriors of God, basically.
Okay.
That strikes a bell.
Okay.
And that's the only place you can think of.
Then I will, thanks, bud. Maybe next time we'll have something. We'll chat again soon.
Oh yeah, sure. Are you sure you
then-
don't want any of this stuff? I mean, if
No,
you're having
not tonight. Thank you.
I mean, if you want to party, this stuff will get you partying.
You see Squire quickly outside going like this in the window.
I'm gonna need some of this myself after all this mess we had today.
And then I will bid my adieu and out the door I go.
Okay, so you head out. You have been just kind of like everybody has sort of been ignoring you for the most part. She's totally engrossed in this conversation up there. The one of the guys who's over by the door is still kind of like keeping an eye on you. He keeps looking at you, and it's the guy that you were talking to. And he keeps looking at you, and every time you look at him, then he looks away.
Yep. So I've got him on like a shorter leash than he thinks, and I'll just make my way around the store, and every once in a while I'll go like this, and smile at him, and then just keep moving. And then at one point, so I leave a little bit later than she does. I do make eye contact with him, and I drop my paper, and I walk away from it, and I stop, and then I look down at the paper, and then I look at him and go. And then that's when I leave.
And while you're like staring at him, and he looks down at the paper, and he's like, picks it up, kind of watches you go, and you see that like as the door is closing, he's unfolding it, and he's still like.
Okay, great.
This is too weird. We don't get paid enough for this.
Yeah.
So outside, Quigley and Seraphine. Quigley is like basically just like leaning back against the building.
Oh, no, I'm dancing.
Oh, he's dancing now, very slowly dancing.
I go between slowly dancing and slowly jump roping.
Yes.
I'm watching the sun, waiting. I hand him water. You are a genius. That was a very good move.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it was very good to first distract, and then we had our secondary distraction, third distraction, and success. Did we find anything out?
Yes, and I impart the knowledge of Sunreach Tower, Gwen possibly making deals with the devil, rumors, and
I am friends with him.
What?
The grass is on fire.
He'll be fine, and
What?
eventually.
All right, I'm not
We
gonna
were
ask
selling
too many
it, is
questions.
what we were doing.
Yep, I got it. So, should we head to this Sunreach Tower?
We'll make a because this is a place that you would be very familiar with.
Oh, okay.
So, what did you told her about
Everything.
which thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sunreach Tower,
Gibbles.
and the rumor of Gwen ordering the stealing of the hat, getting the hat, and the dealing with the devil.
Okay. Make a knowledge religion check for me.
Gregory Winter says this show is a lot more shouty now that Ben is here again.
That's how it works. Yes.
That was which one? Religion?
Yeah.
That would be a 16 plus 9.
16 plus 9. So, Sunreach Tower makes sense to you. She's talking about deals with the devil and some little imp creature, and what occurs to you is that the Mitre of St. Piran, the one thing that has been sort of troubling everybody about this is that the Mitre of St. Like, there are a lot of religious artifacts and relics that are very powerful. The Mitre of St. Piran never was. All it ever had was just a very strong aura of good. And any of you who wore it would have a very strong aura of good.
Oh no.
And you know that the Sunreach Tower, as all places sacred to Arendar, are very heavily warded against evil outsiders.
Ooh.
Oh no.
And that if somebody who was an evil outsider happened to have the Mitre of St. Piran, they might be able to totally bypass all of the
Imposter!
defenses.
We must get there as fast as possible. There could be an imposter.
I start running, but I'm sure that I'm running the wrong way.
And very slowly.
We'll catch him later, but this could be it's gonna be a problem.
Imp in my head, he waves. I managed to catch up on all previous eps, and as luck turns out, I'm watching live tonight. Glad I get to see Quigley drive people nuts live tonight. SPF Quigs. By the time this is over, Seraphina will be begging and offering to pay the group to take you back. Getting close. Also, if this is your first time, or if it's not your first time, make sure to like and share with the hashtag dragons and stuff. It's coming. Information's coming up right here, so you can win. All right.
And also, I have this terrible feeling that we might see the High Aegis Boleron, but it might be an imposter. And that is what I think is important, because he is our head honcho. He is the man, and he is in charge, and people listen to him.
It's a woman, though.
woman.
What, the head woman. And people listen to her.
Sorry.
I respect her incredibly. I've never seen her.
It is good that I am here. I can see through many auras of people, whether they are wearing a thing or not. And Mama Chalas, oh, she can help me. She has encountered all kinds.
As they're talking, you just see Quigley running back through the group at slow motion.
As
He's
we're
just
like
making a
really
circle around.
into this conversation.
Just little quigs.
I told you he'll be great. He's having a wonderful time.
Yes.
So, it sounds like we need to go see this Baleron. Yeah?
Well, we should go over there, and you can be a part of my party. And have I been there before?
Yes, in fact, that's where you train. That's where almost all of the local clerics, paladins, inquisitors, even just people who are looking for an education study at the Sunreach Tower. That's very.
I know a
so,
lot
yeah.
of people
You're
there.
very well aware.
I'm
of
well
that place,
aware
yes.
of the people there who work there, who've been there. But all the things that are included in this area, I know many things. I've never seen this woman.
You know that it's very unlikely she would be at the Sunreach Tower. She would probably still be in Anderley somewhere.
So we should figure out why would she be there,
Yeah.
or why anyone would want to even go there in the first place.
Who's going there?
The demon imp.
Who's demon imp?
The evil demon imp.
Just, it's going by itself?
His name is Gibbles.
Gibbles?
I grab you, I reach out, and we slowly walk forward.
Yes,
Away
Gibbles.
from the.
Gibbles.
That's right.
All right.
Was he
so
is he,
should we
Yes.
go
is he
to
from somebody?
Sunreach Tower
Did somebody
and-
manifest him,
I-
or is he just...
We should go there and just ask around and see what's happening.
Got it.
We will be
Let's do it.
welcomed, I assure you.
All right.
How long does this last? Do I get to make another fortitude save? Please!
Sorry, not sorry.
Wait, maybe I have something that could take that off.
It depends on whether you can stop yourself from taking more of it as.
I've been drinking
Oh no,
water.
no, I got it. Yeah, I got it.
I don't think I do.
Oh, great. This will be a fun
How
combat.
long would it take to get to this location?
A few hours.
Okay.
So it's not long.
It'll wear
not
off
too
by
long.
then.
Oh yeah.
You would guess that it would wear off by then.
Perfect.
If this is a place of knowledge, then perhaps he is trying to destroy some of the knowledge or steal some of it.
Oh.
This tiny baby imp.
Well, the imp
Devil.
works. It sounds like for Gwen.
Gwen.
Yes, Gwen.
Gwen's scary.
Gwen 6.
With the knowledge that I have about
Yes.
this location,
Yes.
and the knowledge or the idea I have of this hat, would I be able to piece together why they, an assumption of why someone might go there with this?
Make a knowledge. Planes actually probably is good if anybody has that.
Knowledge planes? That would be a 16.
16?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Unless it's monster.
All you know for certain is that if she was correct in what she was saying, and it is in fact an imp, then you are dealing not with demons but with devils, which are slightly like when you were with them before, you fought a demon, which demons are from the abyss, and they're these chaotic, evil, just insane, death and destruction everywhere kind of creatures.
Okay.
If it is actually a devil from the plane of hell, then they are a little more orderly, but no less evil. And in terms of whatever designs they have are probably more immediately destructive than sneaky at this point, because basically the Church of Erender's entire reason for existence is to protect the plane from evil outsiders. You guys fight any malicious outsiders that try to enter the plane. You guys are there. You're the first line of defense. So it would make these are certainly enemies of yours, and it makes sense if they were attempting to somehow subvert the protections around this place. And if they were able to somehow destroy the primary training grounds for people who will grow up to be the next generation of paladins, clerics, and inquisitors, then
We must travel faster because I need to speak with the head person at this location because we need to tell them of what is afoot.
Perfect.
Let's do it.
So I stride boldly but slowly forth, as fast as I can go.
as fast as you can go. Well, with the help of your companions, you are able to move slightly more quickly.
We redirect him.
Perfect.
Yeah.
On the back of that thing I dropped is like a way to get in touch with me, and it's kind of one of those like calling cards type thing. Just like Brian Summers says, for a more detailed reading, call 1-900-LEAR-NUTS. And something very similar, but a little more, referential and or reverential.
Nice. And Justin Kalon says, first time watching, no idea what's going on, but I love it. Well, that's
Luckily,
great, Justin.
None of us know what's going on.
You also have 34 episodes to catch up on now that you found us. So you can go back and watch from the beginning and catch up.
Yeah. And Ava Bang says a big hello from Denmark. Finally able to see the show live after 34 episodes in 3 weeks.
What?
Whoa!
my
That's
gosh.
amazing.
That is
That's
some,
a lot of
that is
dragons
some
and stuff.
binge city. That is
Yeah.
some binge city.
Yeah.
And Richard Sloan, or you want to take that, Satine?
No, I wanted to talk to you.
Oh, well, real quick, Richard Sloan says starting open combat in the middle of a city of a den of thieves. What could go wrong?
Oh, what could go wrong?
What could go wrong? That's what we ask ourselves every time Quigley enters the room.
Yeah.
And it's always something spectacular.
Of course. You weren't ready for that graphic check.
Let me put it this way, when I was writing out tonight's adventure, I had no idea Quigley would be taking a bunch of drugs and getting high. That was not on my list of possibilities. So surprise!
I do want to say that as much as Quigley is crazy, that story point was introduced by Serafina.
Yeah.
That's true.
That was the name of the church.
That was more Satine's fault than Ben's.
I feel like it was a group effort.
It definitely was a group effort.
But he liked it. It was great.
You're having fun, right?
Yes.
All right.
Kind of like that water back at the fountain, JimJam.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think I'm ever not going back.
Lear,
Yes.
do you have any experience with demons or devils or imps?
Yes. Well, I deal in both the good and the bad. As long as it involves death, I'm there.
Anybody who actually wants a little more, thinking along those lines, you can make actual knowledge planes checks if you want some more information.
Oh, I would love to. Yes.
On any devils or demons that may be fought or encountered.
Yes.
So anybody with knowledge planes is more
I
than
do have
welcome to make a
knowledge
check.
planes. Let's do one of these. A 17.
17.
I have a 19.
19. Okay. Not to stop your role playing. By all means, continue it. But you do know that typically devils usually have the ability to regenerate very quickly. They're very resistant to a lot of things. You're not quite sure exactly what, but you know that those resistances can be overcome by specific things, but you can't quite remember what it is. Clarette, with your role, you know that devils are totally immune to fire, but you know that most of their silver is something that can actually wound them very deeply.
All right. Well, we need silver.
Oh, I have heard of this. Yes, I've run across several demons who just will not die.
Are any of my weapons silver?
No, none of your weapons. I mean, you know what you have on you. Do you have a silver weapon?
But I just wanted one.
Maybe we should go back into the Red Kraken and get some silver weapons. You are good friends with them, and I have
Yes.
sufficiently spooked one of the guards.
And I punched one.
That is true.
All right.
No one can take that away from you, Quigley.
I will go I mean, my disguise self lasts 50 minutes, so
Yeah. I mean, you guys have enough time. Like,
I'll just saunter back in and be like, hey, you know, I forgot. Got any weapons of silver? Or with silver?
Well,
I mean, no. Yeah.
No.
Correct.
He's my best friend. He's my best friend. Okay.
does believe that she is his best friend at this point in time. He's like, well, you know, I mean, none of the blades, you know, these are no good. They're not going to do you any good. We don't really deal in weapons a lot here, but I mean, I could sell you. I have, you know, after I heard about the thing with the imp, you know, in town, I picked up something to keep myself safe, and I just feel like, you know, you could borrow it, you return it, you would give it back. So.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, for like a day, and then you just bring it back in the morning.
Okay, yeah, thanks.
All right. Yeah, you can borrow it. That's okay.
I would love to. I would love to borrow
Okay, so
it.
he has a silver dagger that he gives to you.
John,
So you just bring it
it's
back
so
tomorrow, right? You know.
great.
I'm working tomorrow, so you can bring it right here.
All right. Tomorrow, right back here.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
John
You have a
Person is
silver
wonderful.
dagger in your inventory.
Okay. Silver dagger.
Brian Newman says, this is why you always need a paladin. There's a ton of paladins at the tower, so maybe one of them
That's
will
true.
help.
Serafina, who is right there. Serafina is like, oh, well, you
She
know,
has a greater
she's,
invisibility spell.
She has a variety of abilities that allow her to, when she knows what she's fighting, bypass their resistance. So she's confident that she also would be a valuable asset in the fight against any creatures from the outer planes.
Perfect. So we head towards the tower
Sun
then
Mage
with
Tower.
a silver weapon and the knowledge that you can beat up a lot of things.
Yes, Serafina is confident that she will be a valuable asset in the fight to come.
I may not, but I will not count that against myself.
I feel like I'm quite the same in that area. But I'm gonna be there doing stuff.
You wait and see.
I've survived so many things, so many wonderful adventures, simply by removing myself when the time comes.
Oh, I stride boldly forth, and then stuff happens around me.
Things just happen, man.
It's a miracle I'm still around, to be honest. I mean, oh goodness. Blair Peterson says, demons and devils and imps, oh my! All right.
Yes. All right. So you guys, Quigley, you after being led for a while, you sober up a bit. Things return to their normal speed. You have a splitting headache. You really wish that Serafina would just give you a little more of that powder, because you know that would help a lot. You'd feel a lot better. But you know, she keeps refusing, which is ridiculous. But you know, what can you do?
If you
Frankly,
offer
she's
too
scarier than
much,
you.
I threaten to toss the whole thing.
Oh. You should not do that. It was really good.
You travel rather quickly, urged on by Serafina, who grows more and more certain that urgency and time is of the essence. And the more she thinks on what possible plans this devilish creature could have for her friends at the Sunreach Tower. As you rush towards the tower, after a while, you indeed do see smoke rising in the distance, and your stomach drops. Sure enough, when the academy comes into view, you can see that chaos reigns. There is a large iron gate that guards the tower grounds that has been blasted open, nearly torn from its hinges. Beyond the gate, there are shouts and cries of agony, and the gurgling of horrors as they slay the acolytes and warriors that were training to serve Arender. What do you do?
I rush in and start just destroying the evil around me.
By the time you pass through the gates and you're looking around, and you can see the battle has moved on from this area, but there is blood and bodies everywhere. Most of them are human, but there are a few amorphous masses of unmoving flesh that sort of lie dead and cut and bleeding all over the ground. Destruction is apparent all around you. Make perception checks.
I'm very good at perception.
I'm not.
I think I have a 1.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, I know I am. That's a dirty
16.
11.
Dirty 20.
What's that?
Oh, yeah.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
10.
I like that. I've never heard that, but I like it. I get it.
Yeah.
Seraphina, you're looking around in just horror as you see. Basically, this is where you grew up, and it's just being destroyed around you. And you can hear from inside the tower there are more shouts of agony, and you're almost like ready to just rush into the tower, Quigley style, when you hear a groan off to your left. You hear the sounds, and you look over, and you can see a slight shifting in an armored form. What do you do?
I approach it.
Okay, you go towards it. You find a badly wounded young man. Little more than a boy, really, but he's armed and armored, and you can tell that he went down fighting, if nothing else. He's not moving now, but you would get like he'd seem like he's still alive,
I could
but
cure
not
him.
for much longer.
But I could cure him.
Yes, you do have some curative magic.
Cure moderate wounds, I will.
Lupin 301 Quigley, is that an ale horn? My brother got me one for Christmas. Super excited to try it out. It's wonderful.
And a shout out to Clarette from Ryan Kuhn. This is why bards are awesome. Charm person for the win. Got us a silver
That
sword.
was good. That was good.
Ryan was one of my players that I GM'd while on tour,
Yeah.
and I hate his barb so much. I tried to kill him every single time.
Now you understand how I feel about Quigley.
Great.
There it is.
What'd you got?
13.
13 points. So you call upon the.
Before she does that, though,
Yeah.
since I got such a negative, a bad perception check, I'm going to, and Satine, I imagine you'll interrupt me, but I'm going to go up and go, oh, these poor souls of death. Oh, they are all dead. It is so sad. The one thing I can do is maintain their bodies so they do not turn undead. And I put my hand on this boy, this like dying boy who I guess isn't quite dead, but I'm gonna try to do a thing to a corpse. That
Wait,
won't
he's
work.
not dead, he's not dead,
Yes,
he's not dead.
you poor
Wait,
corpse.
he's not dead, I move
Take
her.
my gentle
I would like
repose.
to move her hand to somebody that is dead.
So you have your you heal him, and then she's like also trying to cast her spell. His eyes come open, and you're saying like, oh, this poor dead. No,
it's not dead, not dead.
I'm dead. I'm
I
okay.
have done it. Yes, I have done it. Yes, this is good for me.
This is amazing.
Yes.
You have healed him.
I mean, I keep telling you how good I am.
That one, right there. Do it to that one.
Yes, I shall do the exact same thing and bring another corpse to life. And I'll cast Gentle Repose on this other one. It won't have the same effect.
Oh, that wouldn't go so well.
My buddy Jason Carl from White Wolf is watching. It says, first time viewer here. This is 7 kinds of cool, maybe 8.
Oh, awesome!
Hooray!
Eight thumbs.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, it's
But you only
I'm
put
sorry,
up
no,
one,
no.
so it's only 7.
Well, there's 8.
Maybe.
Okay, all right, maybe 8.
Young man, what happened here?
They're everywhere.
Quickly.
They just
And I
came out of
stand him up.
nowhere.
Who?
I don't know. These things. He's pointing to some of the just these blobs of just they're very. They have like arms and legs, but they look like just drippy blobs of flesh, and they have claws and teeth. Make a knowledge planes check.
12 plus 3, 15.
Okay. You recognize these things to be definitely evil outsiders of some sort, but you can't quite remember the name. But they're definitely like they're very minor, almost like the foot soldiers of some. But you can't put your hands on it. You can't put your mind on it.
Young man, you must get up. You must get up and fight with us.
Okay. This young man, played by Brian Newman, is looking around and he says, I don't know that I can.
Get up, soldier, and I grab him.
Young man,
Right?
you are steady on your feet. You are strong. You are brave. You are a fighter of this church, and we will stand together against all evil.
I actually have hearts in my eyes right now. I am so impressed with this.
It's pretty good stuff, man. Make a diplomacy check. Give yourself since you guys are like helping him, give yourself an additional +2. Try to inspire. He's listening to you.
Brian Newman, you're coming with us!
And he's got he doesn't even have a sword, or he's got a bow in his hands, and
Are you
he's
sure he doesn't
and
have
he's
Take
silver
this,
arrows?
and I hand him my sword, and I stow my shield, and I pull out the bastard masterwork sword, and I carry it with me.
he says, "Well, I'm really much better with this, and I even have some silver arrows that I got from the armory."
All right, I stow.
But wait, no. And he pulls out a vial from his belt, and he says, if things got worse and I needed to make do, I have this. And he hands it to you. He says, it's called Silver Sheen. If you put this on your blade, we can fight these things. Just like you said, we can fight them.
Yes!
And he seems like pumped up. He's like, yeah, let's go kill him.
And I'm just
let's get him.
We're about this close
He's like,
to face to face.
yeah!
Yeah!
Okay.
I believe you owe me some gratitude.
So,
Yeah!
can I apply the Silver Sheen? I'm gonna use this bastard sword.
It will last for an hour. The bastard sword, without the proficiency, you can wield it two-handed with no penalties. But if you wanted to wield it one-handed with your shield, there's a penalty to it, blah, blah, blah. But you have it. The silver sheen, you just pour it on the blade, and it like covers it and coats it in this silvery, magnificent sheen. Yes. And it almost like sings as you like flick it, and it's like ding. Yes. And he says, yeah, now you get them, let's go. They killed my friends, let's kill them.
I want to search and see if there are any other dead soldiers who might have that vial real quick.
Sure, go ahead and make a perception check.
It's just a +1, so it works the same as my masterwork longsword, correct?
Yeah, it gives you, since it's not magical, it gives you a +1 to your attack
is
bonus,
magical
but
as
not.
well.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Okay, then yeah, it's just a +1 to attack and damage. And it also
Perfect.
counts as silver now for the purpose of overcoming damage reduction.
19.
19. You do on one of the nearby, it looks like an older man who was probably one of the more experienced fighters, but was still overcome by, there's like a ring of dead creatures around him, but it was too much for him. But you do find that he also was carrying a vial of silver sheen.
Okay, I take the vial and then I'm leaving and I look back and I cast gentle repose on him to see if anything happens.
His body will not decompose because of your actions.
JimJam, what's the crit range of the
19 to 20. All swords have a 19 to 20 except for
so I get
rapiers.
1d10 plus 6 now?
1d10, yeah, and since you're wielding it with two hands, it's your strength bonus plus half. So what's your strength bonus? 3, so an additional plus 1.5. It rounds down, I believe, so +4 plus the weapon, +1, so +6. Yeah.
And,
+6, okay.
and so my spear gets +1 to attack.
It does no. It just makes it silvered. It doesn't make it magical.
Okay.
Like you have I believe your spear is already magical.
Okay. I actually don't know how I would know that though.
Whatever the weapon's listed at, it'll tell you it calculates the actual like damage
Cool, well,
and stuff for you. So
cool,
yeah, and now when you apply the thing, it doesn't give it bonus damage, but it counts it as a silver weapon so that you can damage
So it actually
creatures
doesn't have
that
the
are resistant.
resistance. Okay, cool.
So now you are
Yay!
like you guys have your silvered weapons.
We're going.
Serafina, you know that you can use your powers and abilities to make your weapons
I was
like
about to
destructive.
do
Yeah,
that.
you
Yeah.
can totally do that.
So can I do it now and then
I
run into
believe it
battle?
has a shorter duration, so you do it like when you are in combat, you do it.
Can I tell you now what I'm going to do so that I can
Yeah.
run into combat?
Yeah.
All right, so when I do Bane, I just want to like take my mace and like lick it, and that's how it
Ooh.
like becomes really awesome. Now I have a question. Can I
Yeah.
do Bane and mount Righteous Might on top of that?
Yeah,
Or
oh
is
yeah,
it-
all of your abilities can go to like your
Will it
Bane,
stack?
like the Bane,
Yeah.
the Righteous Might, and any of your judgments that you choose to use. Like all of that stacks to make you just a powerhouse.
Oh,
That's
man.
Serafina is awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm like
Because
doing it
there's
I
as,
just have to say,
as I'm running.
pretty much everybody around me is so OP right now, and I am just this little tiny squire, but I'm ready for action.
And I
Ready.
do protection. Yeah.
Yeah, but that lasts for a couple of minutes, not. So like you could do it now, but a lot of I believe that's.
No, I do it all like right before I start fighting. So I'm like whenever we get there.
We'll work with you. So you wanna be prepped for battle. we'll give you the moment outside the combat where you can like since you are consciously making that effort.
Okay,
I'll
cool.
make sure that
I
you
would
get
like to take
to
a
make your
pre-action
preparations.
when we do that as well.
Here's the
Okay.
thing. I will, to the group, as before we go in, I will say, let me sneak in first. Scope it out. I'll make the first attack.
That is a very good idea. But I cannot say whether or not my passion for my friends will allow me to do that.
Understood. Understood.
And I did get that prophecy that Squire Quigley's instincts are important.
Just so you know, Squire Quigley's gone. He's already.
Squire Quigley and this kid are just like, yeah, we're there.
All right. Is there like a where we can see where the chaos leads to?
Oh yeah,
Is it
like
inside?
basically like the front door. There's this huge tower, and the front doors have just been blasted, just like the gate, just
Right.
blown open.
Okay.
You can hear shouting coming from inside, and so you know that like this is like the just trail of destruction leading
Okay.
into this place.
I'm gonna take off, catch up with Quigley and this young man.
Okay.
Make it to the door, and I will. And they're just blasted open. So
Oh
can I
yeah,
see
you
inside?
can easily there's some hallways down. Like you guys, if you want to move forward, are you trying to like scout ahead kind of
Yeah.
deal? Okay.
Nice.
So you make your way in. Roll a stealth check for me.
Richard Sloan says a paladin would not join this group. It would more likely be hunting them down.
And Brian Summers says, "Wow, it looks like the parking lot after a Raiders game."
Nat 20.
Nat 20
Nat
plus 8.
20.
28.
So you get inside,
Burn.
you are like quiet as a mouse. The only question is whether your party members are going to hang back long enough for you to like get forward.
She's faster than me. She,
Yeah, she's
And
fast,
I'll
but when she's
also,
stealthing, she's
when
slower
I reach
than you.
the
so
door,
it's-
I will signal like hold.
Yeah.
You know, I'll signal.
Okay.
Hopefully they see it.
So with that 20, because that 20 is beautiful, we're gonna roll it through for a couple of things. The inside, immediately, everything's like you can hear the distant sounds of shouting, but you don't see any danger. There are more bodies littered, everything's destroyed. You can see that some of these creatures, after like some of the bodies have been sort of desecrated. There's blood on the walls. Symbols of evil have been like traced along the furniture and on statues and stuff. Like they're just destroying this place. And it does look like even though there are some of these creatures have been killed, you see far more human bodies. Like these were trainees. These were they were not prepared for this kind of fight.
Right.
You're just overcome, and you're moving through, and you go through the entry hall, and you don't see anything that's dangerous. You scout ahead through some more hallways, and as you're moving, you can actually start to hear a very low chanting sound that echoes through the hallways, and it's getting louder and louder, and you're moving towards it stealthily. Not seeing any danger, until you come to a huge grand hall. It is a massive, impressive chamber with long tables and benches where all of the acolytes and teachers gather for meal services and other events. There are two figures in the room. One is a tall, lithe female devil who waves her arms, splashing blood across the room as she chants some unholy hymn. You can feel an air of evil emanating from her, just washing over her as she shouts and she throws blood, and there's this huge statue at the head of the room. It's this massive towering statue. It's got it's just holding this giant tower, and she's splashing blood up, and you can see that she's painted all of these horrific symbols all over it. There's bodies arranged all around the room, and there's one other figure in the room who does not notice you, but is fluttering around nearby. It's a much smaller, sort of just like up by her shoulder, just kind of watching all of this happen. And he's got like a clipboard, and he's making notes. He's pointing out, and occasionally he'll tap her on the shoulder and be like, and then as soon as he does, she'll like splash more blood over there, and he'll like occasionally he shows with the clipboard, and he's like pointing out words so that she can follow along as she's doing her chanting. And nobody has noticed you yet. Your friends are maybe 20 feet behind you. You signal to them that this is it. This is coming up. Is the shit. So if you have any preparations that you wanted to make, now would be the appropriate time.
I will my stealth position. Do I have clear line of sight?
You do have clear line of sight to both of these figures. Neither one of them has noticed you. They're about 80 feet. This is a huge hall, so they're like 80 feet away from you. But by bow range, that's not a problem.
Yeah. I will pull and knock my longbow.
Okay.
And from stealth with my hidden strike ability.
Ew.
Hidden strike.
Hidden strike. From I get, if I hit, plus 1d8 precision damage on attacks against people unaware of my presence.
Fantastic. Sounds amazing.
And if she strikes at it, I will charge in and rain destruction on the one splattering.
Yeah,
now, from what you can see is that there's a good from where she is.
Sorry, I'm
Yeah.
text interrupting. The microphone can come
Yep.
up and out without revealing too much to the fans.
Yep.
They will
Hey, we're
become
trying to
more
grow our
famous.
fan base, right?
So I will look back at my party and let them know this is it. 2, little, big.
Uh-huh.
And I will pull my longbow and shoot at the female devil.
Okay. The only thing, just so that everybody knows the mechanics of it, you definitely are going to get to do that in a surprise round. Because you're back from Claret,
Right.
there's about 100 feet between you and your enemy.
I just want to fall.
Okay, no, I got you. I just want to give you guys,
Sprint up there.
so she's 80 feet away from the enemies. You guys are about 100 feet away. There are a bunch of tables and stuff in the room. Like, they're like down the main aisle, so you have a clear line, but there's tons of like tables and benches and chairs in the room too that can create some maneuverability issues.
Sweet.
Before.
Okay.
Before even, whenever I see the nod, I grab quickly. Am I still by him? Can I be by him?
Oh yeah, you're absolutely by him.
And you see my eyes watering, my mouth getting somehow bigger, my teeth elongating just a little bit, and like I start shaking, and I grab you and I say, quickly, do you trust me?
Yes, wild card, I do.
And I take his arm and I bite into it.
Oh my
Hey, deal your bite damage.
And I deal 3 damage to you. and everything that looked crazy about me just kind of goes away. I will explain later.
I forgot all about that. That's the
Is
best.
that gonna happen to me now? All right, I'll take 3 points of damage.
No,
Yeah.
it is normal.
It's very normal. Everything here is fine.
Everything is fine.
very
you are
normal.
fine. You can still do all of the things you normally do.
Great.
And now so can I.
Surprise round. You guys have made your preparations, right? So just a rundown real quick. You said was that your
There was
preparation?
that. I also want to cast a prayer on us.
Okay. Prayer gives everybody around you a +1 to attack and damage. And any enemies that get within 30 feet take a -1 to attack.
That's right. But also saves and skills.
Sorry, what? Oh,
And saves and skills. That's right. Yeah.
Wait, so attack and
+1
damage?
to attack and damage from prayer as she
And saves and
chants
skills.
to Mama Chalas to help you all.
Yes.
Help you
then
all
that sounds
fight
like
your enemies.
Oh, Mama Chalas, what is this terrible evil we are fighting?
All right, dear. Yeah. You guys can. I'll help you out. It's all fine. You're fine. You'll be all right. Did you bite the boy yet? Because
I did.
we can't have you getting hungry.
Yes, thank you.
Okay,
and,
good.
And what did you have for dinner?
Oh well, I spaghetti and meatballs, my favorite.
Ah, that sounds lovely. Okay, we are ready.
You had some things you wanted to do.
Oh, yeah.
Lay them on me, just so I know what you've got going on.
Okay, I'm doing like as we're going in, right?
Yeah,
Because like
okay.
we wind it around. I'm and then like right before I see her do the thing,
Yeah.
I'm licking the mace.
Yeah.
I'm like
Very oral group.
pounding my fist or my chest with this like
Yeah.
judgment of protection, and then I like do a thing like a god thing, like I'm talking directly to the
Yeah.
god,
God thing, yeah.
and I activate my righteous might.
Okay. So what I would say that you probably want to do with that is, because she wants to shoot from further away, if you guys wanted to get closer before she shoots, that's going to require some stealth checks. But if you don't want to have to do that, then you guys are going to be relatively far away when the combat starts.
I'm gonna actually.
So the thing, like your judgments and stuff, you can activate. Your righteous might lasts for just a couple of rounds, so you might want to wait till you get into combat before you start that.
Gotcha. All right, so
yeah.
I will activate Righteous Might as I'm running in when I do a spell attack instead of an actual hit attack.
Gotcha. Understood.
Perfect.
Surprise round. Claret, you're attacking the large, the
female devil.
the large one.
Yes.
Go ahead against her
My longbow.
flat-footed AC.
That would be 3 plus 8 is 11.
3 plus 8 is 11 against
No.
flat-footed AC. Your arrow goes sailing, and it goes right. The little guy who's like giving her notes. He at the last second turns. He says, "Oh, hey, incoming!" And she turns and like kind of ducks out of the way, and your arrow goes flying forward. And she turns around, and it's on. Roll initiative.
Yes!
Okay,
Don't
not
forget to
as
roll
bad.
for what's
Yes.
the boy's
I tell
name?
you what, Quigley, you can roll his dice.
Oh,
You can roll for
fun.
our good friend, Squire Horace is his name.
Oh, I did do very well for Horace.
What am I up? I'm at not very good. What do we got, Lear?
15.
15. Claret?
13.
13.
16 for Squire
16.
Quigley. For Squire Horace, is that what you said his name was?
He can go on your initiative.
Oh,
honestly.
all right.
That's fine.
Are they both squires?
They're
couple
both
of
squires. And Seraphina?
24.
24. Jeez. You guys got the drop on these evil invaders. They were not expecting trouble. They thought that this place had no more resistance to give. You pop out of nowhere. Claret fires an arrow, calls it a warning shot because, sure, yeah. And these
not?
creatures turn around. The chanting stops, but the aura of evil does not fade in the slightest. Seraphina, Beaumont.
You
What do you
play
do?
that like there is
You're about
some
100 feet away.
severe liquor
Oh,
in there.
yeah. So
It's
I'm
just syrup.
running
It's
in.
just syrup.
You rush in.
I'm running in, and I let out a scream
All
as
right.
my spell, my ear-piercing scream.
Okay. I don't know if you have the movement to do that because you can. If you want to cast a spell, then you can only move 30 feet forward.
Oh, really?
So I want to check the range on that spell.
It says 40 feet.
It's 40 feet. So if
So
you
I-
move 30 feet forward, your targets are still 70 feet ahead of you.
Well, it looks like I'm running real far.
Okay. So you take a double move. You can move an additional 30 feet, and you are now 40 feet away. Now you're 40 feet away from your enemies. So.
Okay. So I will activate my Righteous Might then.
So basically she goes running forward, and at every step she takes, she's getting bigger and bigger and bigger until like now standing in the middle of this aisle is this giant Seraphina, and she's just like,
That's so cool!
That's amazing.
Can I stop like as in a jump?
yeah,
in
yeah,
a-
sure.
The end of the turn.
The 6 seconds end with just
And Squire Horace is looking at you, he's like, yeah, we're gonna kill them all, yeah! He's so pumped.
stride boldly forth, my friend. And I start running right behind
Well, after
Inquisitor
Lear,
Sarah.
because it's Lear's next, but then you.
Oh yes, here I go.
I was 16.
So,
she
do you
was-
happen to know
She
the?
was 15, right?
Oh, it's 15.
Were you?
Yep.
Oh,
that's
then never
right.
mind.
That's right.
Quigley had a better line on it than I did.
Well, that'll give me time to look up the.
Give you
range.
time. to
And
look
I'm
up the
running
stuff.
full
All right.
speed ahead.
Full speed ahead. Now, because Seraphina is basically large and she's taking up the aisle, it's going to take you. You have to like basically sidestep around some tables. So you can get with a double. If you're going to just do a double move.
Yes.
Now you're about 80 feet away from your enemies, but you have a clear line of sight to them because you had to shift over, so you can see them around Seraphina.
Perfect. And Squire Horace will do the same, but moving to the other side.
Okay, so he gets over there and he's setting up. He's like, "You want me to stay here? I'm gonna get." He's like, "All right, next time I'm gonna get him. Yeah!" Ah!
Yes! Every time we
Now
see each
it's-
other, we're just screaming at each other.
Now it's Lear's turn.
Okay. So I'm level 6. That's 3, 25. Yeah, it's 40 feet. So I also How far is the imp from me, though?
They're both about 100, like,
they're
because
both
the imp
about
was like
100?
right next to her, giving her notes
Okay.
and stuff. So
Okay, then my movement is probably 30. Yeah, 30. And so I will run. Yeah, I'll just do a move 60 feet.
Okay.
And
do you wanna sidestep over where the younger new squire is, where he's like getting his bell ready, or do you want to be over by Squire Quigley?
I'll be with. Wait. So Squire Quigley looks like he's about to do melee, and the other guy looks like he's about to do.
Squire
range.
Quigley's got his sword drawn, like he's trying to get
And
to
the other
these
guy's
guys to
got bow. Then I will be by Bowman, Mr. Bowman.
All right, so you're over by the kid. He's like, yeah! He's so pumped and excited after Quigley's.
brought you back to life. Remember me?
Yeah!
He likes it when you scream at him.
Ah!
Claret, it is your
I'm
turn.
very open to
Seraphina's
suggestion.
large frame is now blocking your shot, but you
Right.
could take a move action to just sort of get over to the side if you wanted to, or you could move around, whatever you want to do.
So it's Seraphina, Horace and Quigley, and now Lear in the
Yep.
middle aisle.
Yep.
Are there-
So basically, Seraphina's in the middle aisle,
And then they're on the side?
Clara, the others have split off to go
Okay.
around the tables to get to
Then
it. Yeah.
yes, for the time being, I will move to the left and aim another shot.
Okay, so you take a move action, you get over to the left, and make an attack.
That's a 12.
12, not gonna do it. You
Yep.
fire again, but you are just so, maybe you're more shaken by the just carnage you see around you than your friends are. Maybe you just need an inspiring boost from Quigley, because that kid up there seems pumped to kill some devils.
He's got a +5 courageous bonus on him right now. Just
Everyone gets a +1. Remember?
Yes.
Okay, good.
yes.
Oh, okay. Now it is my turn.
Uh-oh.
The little imp turns, says something. He's too distant for you to hear. He says something to the
Gwen?
larger devil, and she sort of like waves him away, and he just disappears. But then she grabs a huge, like taller than her, massive, broad-bladed spear and slams it on the ground. And she slams it on the ground, and as she does, there's this like wave of dark energy that emanates out from her, and you can feel it like in your bones. It just, but she seems to grow stronger from it, and her eyes glow, and she lowers her spear and basically and just sweeps it across the room at all of you, and just stands her ground. It is now top of the round 2. Seraphina, you've just been challenged.
First, David Freetag says, love this. First time viewer, was big player about 20 years ago. Well, welcome. We hope you're enjoying the show. Just remember to like and share this episode using the hashtag dragons and stuff. There's information right here coming up soon, and you could win wonderful prizes!
Make sure your share's public.
Yes, make sure. All right, now we continue.
Okay, so Seraphina.
Just am enraged at the
You are.
chaos, at the killing, and these are my people.
Your friends.
These are my friends, and I just look her dead in the eye, and I let out this crazy scream, ear-piercing scream,
All right,
and I don't know how much damage because there's a lot of numbers here.
ear piercing scream. Let me look that up for you.
It says 2147483.
Oh yeah, that was the one that the
2d6 points of damage.
the
I'm assuming.
yeah.
It's 2d6.
The program for some reason kind of wigged out with that, but yeah, it should be 2d6 and days
Okay.
for one round or days for
Fortitude.
2 rounds unless they save.
Fortitude save.
So fortitude save. First thing that I need you to do, actually, is make a caster level check to overcome the sheer almost immunity to magic that she exudes.
Oh balls. Okay, so I roll a d20.
D20, add your caster level to it.
Oh,
Yeah, look at that. It's a 19, and my caster level is 6.
6. So yeah, you just there's almost like something that like is trying to resist your magic, and you just overcome it with the sheer hatred and rage you have for this creature in front of you. And she is blasted by an ear-piercing scream. What is the save?
Fortitude.
the number? You know?
Oh, I'm sorry. That is a DC 15 for
DC 15. She saves against the spell, but still takes half damage. She's not dazed, but she takes half damage. So go ahead and roll your 2d6.
Nice. So that's 9 damage.
9 points of damage. Halved.
And
Excellent.
And then
So that's your standard action. You can still take a move action.
I move forward.
Moving forward, how far? You right
I
up in her
wanna
grill?
get right up
Oh
in
yeah,
her
you can
grill.
get right up to her after you scream at her. She's rocked back by this concussive force that blasts her, and then you just step up to her. You're just hulking, huge, almost towering over her. And it is Quigley. What do you do?
Thanks for watching. I hope that you'll catch us next time on Fridays at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Facebook.com/dragonsandstuff. See you then.